picky about that. Just really think about what you've done in the past and see how it can be applied to the job you're currently applying for. What will the employer see as most valuable? That again comes into highlighting your relevant experience, whether or not you include things from high school, and as well as what you put in your professional summary, as well as the bottom of your resume with like your volunteer experience, say your work in like student government or whatever you want to include there. And then finally, I guess this reiterates the whole what the employer wants, because they're the ones reading it, right? So they're the ones that are going to be picking you for the job, so you need to write what they think is important and also arrange it in a nice way so that is easily read and understood. I think we can all agree that Prem's resume A was better arranged than resume B, right? It just looks better to the eye. So that's an actual thing. So really think about that.
So test yourself. Always, before you hand out your resume, make sure that you test yourself. Hold your resume out at arm's length. Does it stand out? Does it look good? Because it needs to stand out, and it needs to look good at the end of the day. Read it out loud for grammatical errors. Actually, I saw this resume online where that person wrote under a relevant experience that he or she provides snakes for children. I mean, come on. He meant snacks, by the way. I mean, come on. If he or she read that out loud, they will easily find out that they made a really, I'm at lost word here. Yeah, a really terrible mistake. Create a Wordle so that you know what qualifications that you have, and update your resume each year. Remember that your resume is a living document, so you need to update it periodically.
Yes?
Can you speak more to what a Wordle is?
I think it's an online platform or even it doesn't need an online platform. It's actually, you ask yourself, what words describe you? So in 4 words, give me 4 words that describe you, basically. And she asked what a Wordle is. And the answer is, basically you ask yourself, what specific words, 3 words, 4 words, that describe you, yourself. So you know, or at least highlight your skills. So as an example, I am passionate in everything that I do and everything that I love. I love video games, I'm passionate about video games. I'm thinking now about playing Overwatch when I go home. Actually, I won't be able to because I need to study, I have tests tomorrow. Anyway, so that is an example, right? And there you go. Does that answer the question?
You're passionate, you said? Okay.
Alright, so make sure you guys check out EPAC. It's where you can upload your resume and your cover letter. It's also how you will connect with the Career Development Center. We offer a lot of different services through EPAC. You can sign up there, such as resume critiquing that we're going to teach today. We will help you with your cover letters, mock interviews. Anything you guys want to add about the Career Development Center?
Well, you can critique your resume all day long, and you're your worst critic. Sorry, but like it's nice to get a different perspective. Maybe somebody who has experience, like reading resumes for a living. That seems pretty relevant. So I highly encourage you to do it because I got my resume torn up, and it was the best thing for it. So, all right. Any questions about these services? All right. So we are going to put on our career development hats and do a little bit of resume critiquing practice. So if you brought your resume, some of you should have gotten an email, hopefully all of you should have gotten an email asking you to bring your resume to launch. So if you have one, exchange it with a friend and do a little bit of critiquing. We're going to take about 5 minutes to do that. If you have not brought your resume, critique Prem's. have one right there, right? So go ahead and do that.
So I failed rule number 1. If you see a code, that's the white
Hope you learned. We usually have it at that point, but you do get more. That's like, no.
Describe exactly what background. I wanted to just
Yeah, you asked about that.
well, I almost go back to like this.
Does not, I mean, if it's Spanish, you know that I'm applying in another part of the world where Spanish is not, even what it is. Spanish is not a thing right here, right? So I won't say that I can Spanish if I think it's interfering with my performance and it's not that good. You see what I'm saying? Does that answer your question? Yeah.
That's what they. That's almost what they want.
Fluent is good for me. Yeah, it's really good. I like it. Maybe it's good. If you are applying for some position that will see you you need to highlight that. Don't just
Started by like touring. No, I had some like famous and she like to take which is like a Naval University. I studied there. I study abroad.
maybe something like that. So study abroad. Exactly is what you want to showcase. Actually, Will did that, by the way.
But he did like the actual study abroad. Yeah. All right, so we have done excellent. I love all the talking you guys are doing. It's great that you guys have really engaged in the resume, in the art of resume crafting. So I really appreciate you guys doing that with us. While we ask some last minute questions, we would greatly appreciate if you guys could fill out this survey. It helps all of us learn what we can do better in our presentations. And we will definitely take a look at that info and improve accordingly. So, anybody have any last minute questions? Yes? Generally speaking, within the US, you do not include pictures on your resume. What do you think about that, Marcy?
That's correct, I would not.
Okay.
She asked if she would put her picture on your resume, and as you hear the answer, no here in the US.
Yes, in the back.
Can this presentation be found anywhere? Will it be emailed to us, or can we access it online any kind of way?
So that would be a question for people at the CDC. We give workshops. Our mentor Ben can elaborate.
Yeah, I'm recording this one, but you don't want my recording because I'm not that good at it. But we have Wolf Bites come, and they do a very professional job. They'll record the presentation tomorrow. They record every Tuesday, so you can always find that online. We have both semesters from last year already up on the Career Development Center's website.
If you want this actual PowerPoint, you can always email Will afterwards and he can send it to you.
Yeah, and I can give you the email afterward.
Well, what's your last name?
Hoffman?
Yes.
What's your last name? Okay, so Crabtree,
Alamudi.
Alamudi, Hoffman.
Okay, there's only one Musabo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So I actually haven't seen like how the survey is given. So oh boy, I feel kind of silly. Okay. Yes.
Can we just go to the CDC and ask them to
Absolutely. Yeah. You can make an appointment on EPAC, or you can show up normally between 11 and 2 on Monday through Friday. But during the career fair, we have extended drop-in hours, right, Ben?
Yeah, they're done today
They're
though.
done, but 11 to 2 tomorrow will be the normal drop-in hours. Monday through Friday, every day of the semester, 11 to 2, or make the appointment on EPAC.
So she asked if she can go to the CDC, the Career Development Center, to have her resume critique, and the answer is yes. There is drop-in hours every day of the week throughout the semester from 11 to 2.
Okay, we're gonna take 2 more questions so people can leave who want to. You've been asking for a long time.
So as far as experience on your resume, is there like a too much kind of limit, even though it's all relevant? Is there like a cap that somebody should like look for when it comes to that?
Okay, so that's where we get into, and help me out if I miss something. That's where we get into the readability of the resume. I'm actually gonna come over here because I don't want to yell. That's where we get into the readability of the resume. So if you have like 8 experiences, you probably want to cap it because you want to be detailed about the experiences you've engaged in. But you also want to include enough so that you can truly justify why you're applying for the job and that you do have a relevant experience. So there's no hard and fast rule, but if you need some help with that, feel free to stop by the CDC and they will definitely help you with that. One more question. Yes.
Is there a rule of thumb regarding the present or past tense of your action verbs when it comes to like either an experience that was wholly in the past or an experience that's growing up in the heart, done things in the past?
Okay, so this is a contentious issue. People at the CDC like to say past tense only. So even if it's something you're currently engaging in, the person reading your resume, and if you're going to be doing an interview, you have done it in the past. So past tense is the general rule of thumb. Thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate your time, and we're going to be doing a little bit of resume critiquing for about half an hour after. But thank you so much for coming.